Right then, Brian, another frustrating evening. Do you want to sum that one up?
Yeah, bitterly disappointed. Didn't think we started the game well. I thought we weren't attuned with the conditions. Obviously, the pitch was very wet and greasy. We were slipping about. We didn't really have our balance. We were letting things go past us, which shouldn't have been going past us. Simply because it wasn't footwear. Lads all had the correct footwear in. It was just sometimes like nights tonight, Tuesday night under lights. You got to get accustomed to the conditions and the elements, and we didn't. So we didn't really get going in the game. We gave them a little bit of a leg up, and I thought we were very reactive. They got the first goal, which was really poor goal from watching it on the sideline. It just looked like so preventable if we'd have just been alert and proactive. And then you give them something to defend. And for the rest of the game, I thought we were the better team, if you like, but you know don't shouldn't be going a goal down to get going. The mentality's got to be stronger. You've got to come to places like this and like Enfield as well, and you got to get out the traps, and we didn't. So no, after you know a really positive performance against Farnborough and an opportunity to build on it, I took another step back tonight, and yeah, absolutely gutted with the result and the mentality. The performance was okay. I'm sure if I watch it back, there'd be lots of good stuff that we watch and lots of good play, but the mentality has caused us to go 1-0 down and allow them to sit in and snuff things out. And credit to Bath, you know, don't take anything away from them. Once you go 1-0 up, it's not for them to be the protagonists and get on the front foot. It's for them to protect the lead and do what they've got to do to get the win. And they did that. So credit to their management team and their staff. Yeah, bitterly disappointed.
You mentioned the goal, and it was sloppy. It was a good finish from the edge of the box, but allowed too much time to to find the finish.
Yeah, probably go even further back than that. It's just the distances were all wrong. Like, it's an easy game from the sidelines, but it just looked like there's got to be a chain reaction. If one player comes across and marks that man, the next player comes across, and you kill space and don't allow them obviously time on the ball. And it just looked reactive. It looked like, oh, hopefully it doesn't go to him. Oh, it's gone to him. I better get across. Too late. Half a yard shot, and then you're in the lap of the gods, unfortunately.
And going forwards, don't know if it's down to the surface, and I know that sounds like making excuses, but lots of our passes were kind of just that little bit too heavy this evening and hard to get on the end of, or would run out of play.
Yeah, like I said, when Bath sit in and deny you space, it gets tight. The game isn't open. There isn't big space to play in, so it becomes more difficult, and you've got to be more accurate and you've got to be more fluent. But yeah, a few players tightened up and probably gave the ball away cheaply, turned it over. I think that's a massive learning curve for this group. They're a desperately young side, but when a team's sitting in, it's really important that you know you keep them in. Don't allow them to get up the pitch. And how you do that is you keep the ball. And when you lose the ball, you're in good positions to go counter press and win it back. Unfortunately for us, we 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 gave it away too cheaply. We didn't allow everyone to move up the pitch together. We turned the ball over, unforced errors, which then allowed them to break on us, and we had to then have big long recovery runs, and take all the energy and momentum out of the game. So yeah, massive learning curves. But you've got to kind of remember where they are. They're a very young group. They're learning. It's the first time in the division. We're all learning on the job. And tonight's a massive learning curve. You've got to get out the traps. You've got to, when that ref blows a whistle, you can't wait. You can't give them opportunities and allow them to get a foothold in the game. Especially a team like Bath, who's low on confidence, sack the manager. You got to sense that. You got to smell blood, and you got to try and make it an easy night's work by doing the hard yards early. But we didn't. We're young, we're naive, and we've got to learn.
good chance to learn on Saturday. Hemel, the visitors, our first return match of the season. They're having a tricky run of things at the moment as well.
Well, yeah, and just like Bath, there you go. There's. I mean, Bath's not a banana peel because Bath are a fantastic club, a fabulous football club. You know, I don't know how long they've been in this division. Since I've been playing, they seem to have been in this division. And they're a great football club, but they've had a difficult spell, which all clubs at the level will go through at one point in the season. They'll all have a difficult spell, and Bath's had that difficult spell. Hemel have obviously had it for a long period, but we've got to prepare as if Hemel's the best team in the division, because that's what could turn up. 3 months ago, they were sat at the top of the tree, and they were the best team in the division, so they've got the ability. They've got it within the changing rooms, and like I said, if our lads come into matches with the wrong mentality and start taking things for granted, then you'd be left with egg on your face. So, no, I certainly will be preparing for the best team in the league, and hopefully our lads have learnt a big lesson tonight.
Thanks, Brian.
Cheers.